I am literally looking at a black cat. What do you do? Are you gonna like go through the invisible fence again? Are you a cat? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, speaking of cats, this has been from my crew, from my collective. This has been a very weird year, difficult and weird. Difficult in the fact that of some of the things that's happened to some of the super heavyweights for me. That's why I come across with what you feel is the audacity, but it's facts. Well, I can't go back to this lack that you share with me because I have had my best mentors have died trying to save others who didn't want to be free, and it took a lot out of them. And thus, me seeing it, it takes a lot out of me when I see the same thing happens. That being said, like when my mentor, my production mentor, Mitch Faulkner, who died this year, and I know some of you thought, well, I was absolutely quiet and non-responsive and stuff. And this is the thing, and let's be real about it. So I know we all love Mitch, but let's be real. Some of you all are so into the hype of the game that it doesn't go beyond that. Did it not occur to you, if you knew how tight we were and the struggles we went through with the Edge magazine, and the fact that this is the man who always got on me for saying I don't charge enough for my work, and I don't charge enough for my work. I need to make them pay. In between time, I'm giving my shit away to y'all, and you didn't care, and that's what he was trying to show me. So this man died. This man who has been a service to us all. I mean, he and his whole family, for all I'm saying, by all practical accounts, he should have been filthy rich for what he's offered to the world. But what did the world give him back? People who still owed him money, people who still owed him commercials. It's just like Maceo Smith here. When I went to her, I mean, I'm just saying I've had too many people. I know too many people who've done what they needed to do for the culture and the community did not return the favor at all. So if I was absent, did it not occur to you that I was still suffering from my mother's death, my daddy's death, my husband's murder, and all the other bullshit tragedies that were unnecessarily handed to me? Some were mine and some were not. That didn't occur to you, and that when you wanted to talk, all you wanted to do really was suck up the energy and grieve together in misery. But I mean, did you not think what it was doing to me? That I didn't feel like talking to people. I did not feel like cuddling you in your wounds when my own wound needed to be cuddled. And that's what it always is. People who clout chase and they don't even realize it, especially if you're in the entertainment biz, you don't realize that half of what you do, most of them, is clout chasing. You get all emotional and shit because it's all trendy and everything, but you have people. You have family, friends, sisters, brothers, people you may hate, but you have them. It's only when they die that you realize my life. And some of you will never realize that. That's why I said I wish for some of you the very thing that you want to be me. I wish you all that energy, so you know what it is for me to feel like. And I didn't want to be around some people that I know would have been smiling and talking about how great Mitch was. And you know how I am. I'm like, but didn't you owe him money? But didn't you owe him money? And people would say, well, Val, that was just wrong. No, what's wrong is the people who owed him money and didn't pay, and then act like he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. What's wrong is the people who shout his praises, but didn't pay him to do a commercial. Same thing you do to me. I know when I die, I'll have just the most wonderful eulogy. Hopefully, I will not, because I'm saying right off the bat, cremate me, throw me out in the ocean, and let it go. I don't want none of these motherfuckers speaking for me, because none of them can. Let it go. Let it be. Be like Klingon. Once my spirit is gone, it's just a shell. Everything's gone. Doesn't matter. Don't let people, well, she would have wanted to be in the church and she would have wanted to be buried. I said what I wanted. I said cremate me and cast my ashes out into the ocean. That's what I said. I said I didn't want to be no church. I said I didn't want no choir. I said I don't want none of these people preaching over me. I said what I said, and I said it in perfect English. And I can't go around funerals when there's so many fake people. Cat, what are you doing? This black cat just, just walking gentle. So that, going back to that, okay, talking about Shaka Sulu, Ludacris's manager, and you have a lot of people talking and speculating and da 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 da, whatever, 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 and because it's meat and it's trendy and everybody says, but the fact of the matter is, I really didn't know this person. I really didn't know both of them. Remember, I worked with Luda, Chris. I worked with him at Radio One in Atlanta. I knew Shaka Sulu. I knew his family. Those of you in the artsy community, you know, what was that West End? But you know where all the artists were used to, like, where you had artists that would hang and sleep and live. That you know what we had. I forgot what it was called, but you know what I'm talking about. Where his family was over that, and my heart goes out to you because I know that family is hurting today. What I'm trying to say is that you guys have made it. Okay, wait. I don't want to sound accusatory or something like whatever that word is. Too many people in the industry has made it where people feel like they're always on guard. You have made it where we just can't have a real conversation. We just can't have a real event. We just can't have any real interaction without some bullshit, without some craziness, without somebody who literally wants to snuff out your life either out of jealousy or just on some tricky shit. Like, on some bad hustle shit. Like, for instance, Glorilla here in this area a couple of days ago. You didn't know that wasn't going to happen. You didn't know that melee wasn't going to happen. You see how these people are. You are absolutely like, amazed that a fight broke out and the shit had to be shut down. But you seem to be okay with this because you continue to do this over and over and over. You guys think it's so cool to be a fucking gangster and thug, and you say you got love, but love for who? You don't have love for your family. You don't have love for your mothers. You don't have love for your sisters, your brothers, your father. You don't have love for nothing. You don't have love for the culture. You don't have love for yourself, and that's sad. That's sad, and that's sad when you have. And I will be the first to admit, Chaka, because when people get a certain level, and they act like, okay, so you don't remember. Now you don't remember me. Okay, there'll be a time that you're going to remember. Now, okay, I get it. I understand. I get it. Different levels, different devils. Never forget the ones who are really there for you, though. Because, we remember. Like I said, there could be a lot of people could just be shitting on his name right now. And some of them might be severely so. But I'm not one of those. Because I can say, his family. Not him so much, but his family. I actually knew. And I'm just saying, this is a sad culture when you feel like you have to be strapped up everywhere you go. Even I feel like I have to be strapped up. And I mean, my point is like, why should I, as an empress, as a queen, as whatever I am, why should I feel like I have to be strapped up everywhere I go? What type of the game is this? And this is what you made it. This is what you made it. How did this incident escalate that night where people lost their life? I don't know. But one thing that I feel, I can't say I know, but I feel from Shaka Sulu, is that deep down inside, this is a decent person. I mean, he knows the game. The game is full of bullshit. The game is what it is. There's bullshit in it, and you treat bullshit as bullshit. But deep down inside, this is a decent person. He turned himself in. That weighed heavy on his conscience. But I can guarantee you that he didn't want to have to take somebody's life. It was only because it was either he was going to have to survive. And that's what I'm saying. I get that. Because I don't want that to happen to me. Well, I've told you many times, I'm too triggered. See, and if you don't think you see just this one little person and this one little old lady or whatever you think of me, and you think that you can bully me or make me submit and I won't fuck you up, then you be dumb as shit. Because I could put you in the grave faster than, any thug will, and you won't even see it coming. I told you, I get scared of me when I'm like this. So that's why I have to be around people who know how to maintain that type of sanity, who maintain that type of energy. I do not go around people who always smoking and drugging and doing a bunch of shit. You're always hot and bothered about nothing. You want to complain about the government. The government's doing this, the government's doing that. But what are you doing? What really, or what are you doing? How are you valuable? How are you valuable? You're pushing and you're selling death. You're literally pushing and you're selling death. So how does that make you valuable? Who are you valuable to? To the community? Nope. To the culture? Nope. To the government? Truly no. You are expendable. You have made yourself expendable, and you're making the good people feel like we have to strap up and take you out before you take us out. That's a sad state of mind, and it's really sad that as a woman I should have to feel this way, because where's my king? Where's my man at today? But any man that wants to come to me wants me to suck his dick or some shit like that. Or closet gay and want to push this, narrative that they're trying to push about the rainbow. And it's like, you have taken words, you've allowed people to make an agenda of words, and that's not what those words meant at all, to push a whole other thing behind it. You don't see what's underneath all of that. You just see what they want you to see, but you don't see what's underneath of that. Like I said, when you get this whole transgender thing, you don't see what they're really pushing is trans. It doesn't have anything about, if you want to be transgender, that's fine, but you don't see the whole transhumanism thing that's going on. You don't see the whole soy and greening. That's not a conspiracy. If it was, then you ask me, why did they take all the farms away from the farmers who were growing their crops naturally? Where are we going with that? Why would you not want the people who know how to grow food, plant food naturally? Why would you shut them down and almost make it criminal that they can't plant food? And now you just want the government to give you food. You want the government to give you you want the government to do this. And you say, I know, well, Val, you talk about the military and da-da-da-da-da, because at the end of the day, you don't understand the military and the government is, those things have, it's a checkmate and balance that's gone wrong. There's shots out here, so I'm speaking. And I'm saying it's stuff like what happened at, what was the end song, with Glorilla. It's stuff like what happens at Chaka Zulu. It's stuff that I have had while people say I don't support them, or I'm this bitch, or I'm this, that, because every time they say they wanted to get a certain crowd, I said, you can't get a crowd with that type of energy. You say you want professionals. You say you want the military, but you bring in all these people who don't have a clue. They coming in, acting like, they're all acting like Moneybag Yo or the Baby or what. And you forget that a lot of this is just entertainment. When you do that shit in real life, there's a cost to that. And they have made this whole metaverse where all of you are stunting. You don't even realize. Like I said, all these people that got all these likes and stuff like that, they took some money for that, right? They won't necessarily tell you about that, but the government is way hip to that. But you're mad at me because I'm giving you the tea, and because I didn't do it, you want to blame me. I didn't call the law on you. You did that to yourself by putting the target on me. And they investigated me and went, oh, she cool, but are you though? And so you have people who are basically trying to do business as right as they can with the entertainment industry, but it's full of treachery and deception. And everywhere you go, these rappers are being popped like crazy. And I have some friends that were close but not close to, that I worry about. And ironically, they worry about me. So we're both in a quandrum, see? And I'm just like, what is it going to take? Now, I can't say that Chaka Zulu was 100% right, but I can say I can understand it. And I know his family, all right? And I know basically, for the most part, this is a good person. And he would not have done what he done if he didn't fear for his life. You can't keep making us fear for our life and think we're just going to sit down and take it. Honestly, for as nice as I've been to people, and for as much shit as and I could like go off. I have gone off on the mic, but I haven't gone off from, again, for those who want to reach out. "Oh, this happened, this," I don't care. I mean, I really don't. I can't afford to care. You lost your mom, you lost your dad, you lost your sister, you lost your husband, you lost your brother, you lost your father. What? Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. You think that shit goes away? It doesn't. You have to heal on that day by day. Each day it's a healing lesson. But people seem to forget what you've gone through, and they want to put their problems and their projections on you, and expect you to fix it like you some savior or something. When you don't get support, you don't get support from the community, you don't get support from you don't get support from nobody. You are just expected to serve like a slave. Fuck that. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. Taking out the whips and turning over the tables time. Fuck that. My God, if the Hebrews felt that way, they would have never gotten out of Egypt. Fuck that. There's so many Egypts around, but then you get mad at Egypt. How did Egypt get to be Egypt? And black people, stop blaming white people for the shit that you do. And white people, you need to sit down. Again, I will say, this whole Ariel thing is stupid. You mad because a little black girl playing Ariel when you have been playing the people in the Bible wrong from day one. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nobody say nothing bad about Wild Black, unless she's a bad actress, and I haven't seen. And you play, well, you know what? I won't even address that other crazy one over there. But because I'm like, listen, we all know who's been talking about Pallades and everything since 2012. Do the timeline. My shit's there. You can believe in this trendy shit and these TikTok witches and warlocks and stuff. Everything's gotten to be a trend, but you don't see you're bringing about your own end. And it gets back to, again, the industry is really fucked up. You got great artists who get no love on the radio. That's why I was doing my radio show, to give those independent artists and those artists who were doing what they were supposed to do, who've been pioneers, giving them a chance to be heard. But now, you know what? Y'all have been got me so well, I just don't give a fuck about my own show. I don't feel like doing music anymore. I don't feel like doing music. I don't feel like doing poetry. I don't feel like doing, no. You salted this for me. It's just distasteful. It's just distasteful, and you guys like think it's cool. You got. Oh, I'm gonna say it. You got old fat women, twerking and everything. They think that's real cool, coming out of church twerking. I mean, that is like disgusting to me. That's distasteful to me. It's not cute because you have little babies that are watching this, and when those babies do this, what you gonna do? It reminds me of when I was in Wilmington, man, and I was hosting this skate party. And I already put myself on the radar because clearly I was the first one. I was the first one in Wilmington radar who brought up the Wilmington Massacre of 1898. You know me. I'm going to be me. It was Black History Month, and I did what I did. How was I supposed to know? So I started talking about the Wilmington Massacre of 1898. Oh, my God. I caused a catastrophe in the city. Next thing I know, I've got the Nation of Islam like literally shadowing me everywhere I go. The FOI were like my bodyguards, and I'm like to the point where they didn't even want me to talk to the children because they said, Sister Val, you don't know, all these people are treacherous. And it's sad when you look at children as treacherous, but these children are growing up treacherous right now. But the point I was trying to make was that, we're at this skating party, and you had like this one little girl. There was probably like about 8-year-old little girl, 8 or 9-year-old little girl, and an 8 or 9-year-old little boy. I don't mind dancing. We dance. This is not sounding so old-fashioned. It's just good morals. I don't mind dancing, playing. We did all of that, man. We're military kids. We did all of that. But it was the way they were dancing. It was the way they were hunching on each other. It was the way, they were hunching on each other. And they were like about 8 or 9. I'm like, no. And the FOI almost had to stop me because I got like really adamant about it and like kind of jumped off to say like, no. We don't do this. And then the parents are going like, well, they're just dancing. No, you say now they're just dancing. But when that little girl ends up pregnant at 12, or when that little boy, ends up, at 13 being called like he raped somebody and he didn't know, are you going to feel the same way? Where was your accountability? This was your child. Where was your accountability? How did you not see the statistic? How are these people raising people and don't see the statistic that they are perpetuating in their own life? The reason why you're still in the ghetto might be you. The reason why you're still in the slums might be you. I know some of the shit that I do. I'm still here I'm here for because you know what? I kind of went hiding, and then I tried to hang out and try to help until I realized, like, you know what? Still, at the end of the day, it's always the same message. You got to help yourself. So at a certain level, I can understand why when Chaka and Luda started going up the top, they didn't look back. But the thing about it is, you got to watch your tracks when you do that. Because eventually, there will be a humbling moment that the same people, the good people that you turned your back on, are going to be the very ones you need. And I think he's realizing that right now. Because somewhere down the line, when you find yourself around energies like that, you made a misstep. You made a misstep. You have to take your own accountability. You're around somebody that you didn't need to be around, that brought out the worst in you. And that's why if I choose to not be around people, trust me, I'm saving you. Because I don't have time to go to jail or hell, and I don't have time to, like, be the last thing I do. I mean, I've almost at least once, twice, maybe 3 times, I've almost killed some people. So I know what that feels like. And you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. If you really, really, really know me, those who really, 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 really know me, know, she ain't kidding. You should have known this game got really serious when I went and took legally those classes at Guns Plus. And I'm always the best student in class. And I spent over $1,000 in classes for a Glock for money I didn't really have, but I felt that was a priority. I gave up food and rent for about a month, and then had to catch up. And in between time, I was still supporting people who didn't give a fuck. No, that's what some of you did to me. When I supported into the community, but when it came time to support for myself, I got none of it back. Like I said, you ain't bought a cup, you ain't bought a t-shirt, you don't buy commercials, you don't do nothing, but you will take from me. You will take from me. And if you feel like, oh, Val's got the energy going, we're going to plug in there, hey girl, hey sister, no, fuck off. Fuck off. This industry is fucked up. Good people can't even go out and party and have a good time without some shit. Nobody wants to go to these clubs where you got the same old tricks out there tricking, and the same old thugs out there ready to jump off. It's a trend now for beef. And the quality of life is so low that they don't even see it. They don't even feel it. They are zombies. And I would think this shot had a lot to do with some of you people tweaking out right now. But hey, what do I know? I know I took that infusion, I almost lost my life, and I don't need to do that again. I know I'm talking to people out on that base who, you know what, we're all becoming friends, and we're all finding ourselves one. We know something that you don't know, and it really just irks my nerve when you want to go, when you went off on the anti-vax and tried to make it seem like anti-vax people were evil. Y'all went off on some really, really, really weird, evil zombie shit. Reminding you, I'm not a stupid chick. I am clearly not stupid. That has been proven. I'm quite bright. I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant. And on a real level, you can check my, unlike some of these bitches who are lying, and bastards, bitches not gender specific, you can check my credits and my credibility and my transcripts, and you'll see. I say that's what we need to do today. We need to check that energy. We need to fact check. I want people to fact check me. Fact check everything I do. And question me if I'm in my integrity. And when you do, you better be able to bring your receipts, because I will pull you down by your teeth and sink you. I'm that type of bitch when I get that deep and that sick. But I don't want to. I am just wanting to live my life. How much have you taken from me? How much have you taken from others? I love you more than you love yourself. But you're not my brothers or my sisters. You've proven that by your actions. And so now we have good people who feel like just to save themselves, they have to kill somebody. I know soldiers do that every day. But you think soldiers don't feel some kind of way? You guys never really, really think. You so-called street culture people and shit like that, you never really think what's across the way. People who deal with real bombs, okay? They deal with real mortars. They deal with so much shit that you could not even imagine. You think you got it hard where you're at, but you don't know what hard is till you're on the front lines and you got everybody shooting at you. And my heart goes out to that because somehow or another I know what they go through. And those are the only ones I can relate to right now because the industry is just fucked up. I don't even want to do music or nothing. Like, you know, you all don't push the good stuff. And even when I was doing my show, I didn't get support. I mean, I think my affiliates might have been getting, you know, some commercials, but, you know, no, who's really sponsoring me? Him Pharmacy, Creative Codes for People. I'm like, you know what, okay. So I'm paying me. But you want me to give you publicity for your artist for free when you'll pay for somebody else. See how it goes. See how the industry will always pimp you out as a whole when you're the good kid. Or try to put you in the grave. So, I mean, I can't 100% say I stand with Chaka Zula. But I don't stand against that brother. Because I know his family enough to know that they raised a man who thinks. And this industry stinks. Hella bad. And I just hope that justice is done. I'm just saying, I understand. If you feel like somebody's taking your life, what you gonna do? You guys make it seem like we're supposed to, well, you just let God, you just God will protect you. No, you better learn how to protect yourself. You better keep it real. Because these people, somebody has pushed the kill switch. They are set to not stun. They are set to kill. You go to the park, there's somebody out there ready to kill you. You go to a club, there's somebody out there ready to kill you. You just go and mind yourself, doing your own business, walking to the street, going to get pizza, going to a Subway sandwich, somebody's going to kill you. Going to homecoming for what? For what? Where's my love? Where's my love? I got people already who I know who are fucking obsessed with me. That and you got people so desperate for attention or whatever that for a bag of weed they'll snuff me out. Why should I even hang out with people like that? I just rather be by myself. Here's the funny thing though, when you're by yourself and they're still obsessed with you, that's scary. That's why I take these lessons and these classes. And I hate the fact that I hate the fact that I've been told by a couple that I need to go ahead and get that carry on. I don't really want to do that. But I will say this. Gun buyback programs in the neighborhood is not the answer. You ever notice how they always have gun buyback programs in the black community, but the white community, they got little Timmy and little Becky, learning how to shoot at 4. And I'm not mad at them because that's the time we're in. You got to wonder what's the trick when they're always trying to tell you to give back your guns. And you got to wonder about the politicians that will push that instead of pushing for more funding in the community. Give the community centers, bring the community centers back. When people had basketball games and baseball games and stuff for them to do, but you cut the funding out of all of that. So what were these kids supposed to do? You set them up for failure. You know you did. You set them up for failure. I told you, for every quote hero, a hero's not a hero unless there's a villain. Every hero needs a villain. Every Batman needs a Bane or Joker or whatever. So you have some people who are real heroes and sheroes who come in and try to do the right thing and try to help people. And then you have some who play the game. In order to make them seem like they're important, they create the problem. A lot of politicians and preachers and leaders are that type of people. A lot of people who quote make decisions for everybody else but have never been a part of what they make decisions around. They're that type of people. They want to say they're the heroes, but really they're the villains. They create the villains. They got you fussing at villains that are not even there. Those are ghosts. In between time, people are killing themselves off. So they're winning. They got you fighting at each other and killing yourself off, and they're sitting back laughing and saying, well, who you gonna pick today? Yet they continue to get, they continue to make more money, more money, more money. How is the Congress, how are these congressmen and these senators and all these representatives, how do they get raises all the time? Yet we slave away for nothing. You tax or tax or tax or tax or tax. You tax on the tax and you tax on the tax and everything is taxed. Yet they keep getting raises for doing absolutely nothing. This government is fucked up. I'll say it again, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. I love my military, but this government is trash. And if you don't believe that, then fuck it. That's your right. Don't I have that right by your constitution? By your free... Oh, it doesn't apply to me? It doesn't apply to the smart black chick? The fuck it don't. The fuck it don't, because before it applied to any of you, it applied to me. You better know your history. When you come to me, you better know your history. When you come to me, don't come to me with that bullshit. I'm done with it. That's why I'm like minding my own business. But when you come at me with some false history and some false history, and you try to tell me who I am, and I start talking about this land and I break this shit down, like, how do you know? Because I'm a smart black bitch. I shouldn't even say bitch, but that seems to be the world you all relate to. She gotta be a bitch, or she gotta be a witch, or she gotta be a trick. What if I'm just mad as hell? What if I am the incarnation of Ma Kali? What if I am the incarnation of ISIS? What if I am the incarnation of my aunt? Then y'all done fucked up. Karma. Saturn returns. You don't believe in astrology, but you believe in some dumbass motherfucker who gets high all the time on ayahuasca and DMT. Show me where you have been valuable. We're tired of hearing about your trips. How is this elevating the youth? And why would you even try to say youth should? Why would you even know how youth's mind, their minds are so impressionable. And children usually are. Their minds are so impressionable that when you start making certain things trendy, they're going to want to jump on it. We all did when we were young. Remember how we all wanted to wear the Jackson jackets and free? We all did. So I can't knock the youth for that. But where's the responsibility in the adults who you should have known better? You quote gatekeepers, you fucked up at the gate. You quote gatekeepers, the real gatekeepers are coming in. And they're saying, you fucked up. You lost your way. You're out of order. You missed your code. And what if I am telling the truth? Or maybe I'm not. Then you don't have anything to worry about. But if I am, ooh, what does that mean for some of you? You don't even see it coming. And Fayetteville, for all that you have done and continue to do, you don't change. And you don't... I'll just say I'm here for it because you brought it on yourself. You have given these people who have given their lives constantly over and over again nothing. You have given them cheap shit. You have given them cheap-ass thieving real estate agents. You have given them fake-ass pastors and preachers. You have given them nothing but image. You'll change a label, but you don't change your energy. You don't change your action. And you always make their kids feel like there's something wrong with them. And anytime somebody who just wants to have a good time and go out and party, you come from a war and you want to go out and party to turn around and get shot. How many times has that happened in Fayetteville clubs? Y'all got this shit fucked up and you think you winning in this game. What the fuck are you winning? You ain't leaving no legacy. You're not living any words worth remembering. I wanna fuck that bitch. I wanna fuck that bitch. I wanna clock that hoe. I wanna clock that hoe. I'ma shoot a nigga. I'ma shoot a nigga. Kill that cracker. Kill that cracker. Kill the cracker. Where the fuck are we going with any of this? Where the fuck are we going with any of this? And you have people who really think, who really like going like, I can't do this no more. And I'm not. I'm not going to play in this game. You're not going to pit me in this game of white against black, blue against red. You're not going to pit me in this game. Right now, I'm in a war against stupidity. All you stupid, ignorant motherfuckers can get past me, get beneath me, because you already are beneath me. Stay there. I'm already dead to you, so I don't care. You've already killed me. You happy with your world? Fine, be that way. But why are you still studying me? Why are you still looking at me? What are you trying to glisten from? What happens when it's you? Have you ever had someone put a gun in your face? Have you ever had someone that you love bleed out on the cold Carolina ground because they were murdered and got no justice? Have you ever walked by yourself where you know most of these big niggas and big crackers for all that, they would never go where you go, and you just a 5'3" woman? You would have never walked the streets of Durham by yourself like I did. You would have never walked the streets of Raleigh by yourself like I did. You would never walk the streets of Greensboro or Fayetteville, Vietnam like I did. You would never walk the streets of Minneapolis like I did. You would never walk the streets of Chicago like I did. Yeah, walking down the streets, Moss Merriam, Hyde Park, even my folks from Chicago. How'd you do that? I don't act like a tourist when I'm touring, first and foremost. I'm always going to act like the local. Because somewhere down the line, I'm local any and everywhere I go. That's just me. I can fit in anywhere and everywhere. I can find that energy. I'm just saying, though, I have done and actually walked while people are pretending to be me, and they pretend in their little stories, we're here, we're there, we're this, and they're getting paid for these clicks, and you know that's the shit that they're on right now. You took that PPP loan, and now you done fucked up. And the government, shit, you knew you couldn't trust them to start with, but yet you thought you could run a game, and now everything is going insane because they have got you in a trap, and you fighting back on the wrong people who try to put you on game. You know, I hope they take your asses to jail, because maybe that's the only way you'll learn. When you so fall to the point that it's an epic fail. Some people don't learn until they epically fail. Welcome to a Saturn return. I'm just saying, the nerve of some of the people who say they've done the same thing as I have, and they haven't. An only child without her mother and her father, the strongest people she will ever know. There's not a one of you will ever be more than them in my eyes. That is the God and the Goddess in my life, and I still have that energy with me. I show it as I walk in integrity. She must walk like God's in her. I do. How dare I be me? How dare she go in the middle of a strip club at 3 o'clock in the morning to get her check, right? And there's arguments in the parking lot. But everywhere I go, I'm guarded. So when these people say, I do that, to make them prove it. Give them a time when they did that. Give them a time when they did that, and tell them to bring a witness. Because I can bring a witness to everything I've done. This is where I'm going to get these motherfuckers on the run. When they say they've done that, make them prove it. Tell them to provide a witness. Tell them to provide a receipt. Make them prove it today. Oh, who was there? I can bring you a receipt every time. Hell, Hard Black and the Creative Colorful People folks know how I am when I walk by myself, in Durham and Raleigh those times. Shit, trying to find myself. What? Come on, chip sharing too. Listen, Greensboro people know that's true too. Some of my folks that went to A&T, please. A&T, why I keep saying AT&T? A&T. Hell, and Fayetteville folks, act like you don't know. Act like you don't know how I've walked in the middle of these alleys. I mean, I come off Murchison Road and Deep Creek Road. I am Georgia born, raised up on Murchison Road and Deep Creek Road. I told you that is a triple threat. I am bound to serve you, bet. Just how do you want to be served? And so getting to folks like Chaka, Zula, Luda's manager, I feel sorry for the community. Atlanta is taking a hit right now. And here's the thing: you have a lot of people who still flock into Atlanta like Atlanta's a black mecca. Atlanta hasn't been a black mecca for a minute. Sorry to say, they can pretend it, but you see what's happening, or not? I don't know. And so I just can't deal with fuckery. I can't deal with fake. I can't be fake, and I'm not going to try to play it that way. But I will continue to pray for the artists and their children and the families who are real. These are hard times we're in. Seriously hard times. You have got to make better decisions. You have got to determine the people that you have in your circle. If you've got some buster motherfuckers who are about bad math, if you got some treacherous hoes and addicts and just, sketchy motherfuckers, I'm telling you, that shit's gonna turn on you. You may say, well, I need these people. No, you don't. Right now, I ain't got nobody. Maybe a handful of people, and I can, and I can literally say, count with 3 fingers, and one of those sketchy. you know what I mean? So, and that's it. That's all. That's all I got. But mainly I got me. You got to have you. I have allowed this area, once again, trying to seed into some bullshit that never seeds back into me. And this is a lesson I have to accept accountability and responsibility. When I should have been feeding into my business, I fed into the community and to the community business. I fed a little bit into my business, but I turned around and fed in the community, expecting the community to feed and the family to feed back into me. Didn't happen. That was by the music stop. That was a lesson I should have known. I should have never did. So I get it. I cannot even blame them. You can't blame people for doing what they do. You cannot blame people. I can never blame Fayetteville for not supporting me. I know that from all the brilliant talent that's in this area that they don't support. They'll support you when you're dead. They'll support you when it comes time to your funeral. They'll support you when they feel like you're trending. They'll support you when somebody else of fame support. That's why right now I've got some people who like don't silence. Keep it private. I don't want them to know. I don't want them to, yeah. I don't want them to know anything about us. Nothing. Because that will, nothing. I don't, that's it. I mean, you should know why. I know you know why. So, I worry about you. And you worry about me. What we gonna do? But, anyway. I'm just trying to say, my mind went somewhere. Yeah. I shouldn't be by myself right now, but I am. So what I'm gonna do? Cry about it? Be mad about it? Blame my parents? Y'all be blaming your parents on everything, and it's you. You got some of the most. These brats, man, and they don't see how they're messing up these children's minds. These self-righteous Hollywood brats and these rich, trendy kids who ain't done shit. They don't have accountability to real people in real communities, including the military, trying to do what they do just to get through. They've never had to work for it. They've been nepotism babies, or whatever. That's what you call it, nepotism babies. And there's something to be said, good or bad for nepotism. But if you've never had the experience, it's just like in the movies with the Scorpion King and stuff like that. Or any king, any real king knows that you need a real oracle. You need someone who's got your soul. You need someone who's you need a seer. Because when you get all up in your greed in this game, you're not going to be able to see everything. Maybe that's what Chaka needed that night. Someone who had said, don't do that. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't deal with that person. That's what you got to be aware of right now, because things can happen just like that. And I mean just like that. And you want the people in your life that's not going to help you go down the wrong track. You want people in your life that's going to keep you on the better track for you. Not people who are going to tell you what to do, but people who are going to keep you on a better track to you. When you see people who they're doing that same old negative shit, they're already a statistic. It's going to be what it's going to be. It's one way down the line, you got jail or death coming. It just is what it is. It's that energy. So if you choose to deal with that, and that's including in this industry, you're going to be met with that. A lot of these young rappers are being met with bad choices. And they thought that they could pimp the industry, when this industry is always about pimping you. That's why I have never been a part of the industry or wanted to be like some of you, because we are at odds and will always be. See, I make them money, but they want to make a whore out of me, and that will never be. They can't control me, so I will never be, on many reasons, nor do I want to be. I will never be a Halle Berry or Halle Chloe or Beyonce or Megan Thee Stallion or none of that. And I know some people say, well, you could never be, and you're absolutely right. I can never be that. So why would I try? The point is, why are some of you trying to be like that when you look real foolish? Is your man impressed with that? Really? Really? Your man impressed with you? Your man or your new man? Listen, I am a sexy chick when I want to be, but I'm straight tomboy. Emphasis on straight and tomboy. Because, again, I don't want the confusion. I don't know what this confusion, there's too much confusion with this narrative. But, again, I realize that confusion is a part of the illusion, so you will take your eyes off of what's really going on, which is what, It's a bigger picture. It's bigger than hip hop. It's bigger than religion. It's bigger than well, you say you want a revolution. Well, it's coming. But some of y'all, anyway, that's all I had to say today. The industry is fucked up. The government's fucked up. Communities are fucked up, and I'm still looking for a house. I need some place to stay within the next couple of months. You know, I want it to be inside these gates because I feel safer, which is odd. Why would I feel safer around? I mean, I know I have psychos on Pop Air Force Space and probably, you know, triggered. When I say triggered, y'all motherfuckers be talking about being triggered. You people in the industry, you people are, you know, you street. I mean, you know, I get it. That's your code. You hard. You Brooklyn. And I'm not hating on nobody. Because listen, we all know I have been friends with everybody unknowingly. I have no affiliation with nobody, but I am friends with everybody. I'm not gonna judge you by color. I have to. You gonna and I've literally seen where people try to undercover, you know, like initiate me, and then find out like, no, we can't do that to her. Ask yourself why. I'm initiated into God's club. Okay, how about that? No man is above me. No man is above me. The only man that's above me is my daddy. So if you're not my daddy, sit the fuck down and listen. I might have something to offer. What do you have to offer? Have I ever come to you and asked you to buy me a blunt? Have I ever come to you and asked you to buy me some papers? Have I ever come to you and asked you to buy me a sandwich? Have I ever come to you and asked you to pay my bill? Have I ever come to you and say, hey, can I get a little bit of money? And I'll do. Have I ever done that? No, and I never will. If you think you can break me down to the point where I will turn around and suck somebody's dick for a check, keep waiting on that bet. Keep waiting. There's something to be said for real talent. Some of us did not earn what we earn working a pole. But that doesn't mean we can't work the right pole. But that's the problem. You want hoes. And a hoe will do what a hoe will do. A hoe will always wreck the bag for you and themselves. Because a hoe will do what a hoe will do. And a hoe can be a man or a woman. And you just got to understand, in this industry and in life, you cannot deal right now with people who are straight up addicts and hoes. Because they're going to always put you in a situation where your life is going to be tested. But you can prove me wrong. It's evolution time. How are you going to how are you going to evolve yourself? And that's all I had to say. So if people wonder why I don't support certain clubs or whatever, because you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't, you know, like I said, going back to the Glorilla thing. And I mean, that's every club anywhere in Fayetteville. That happens all the time. That is not, that was happening before the pandemic. It'll happen after the pandemic. It's happened over the last several years. Like I said, I come from that era where we had the best clubs. We knew how to club. We had a great time. We were on the rise, and then something went way wrong. And then you had the same people on the rise while the community as a whole failed. Do I need to name names? Have they done you justice? Has sucking their ass and, you know, rubbing their heads and massaging their ego, has that really helped you? Oh, I was hanging out with this and I was partying with this. Okay, but what did that really mean to you? Is that helping you pay a bill? Is that helping you keep it real? Is that making you a better person? You're trying to live through someone else. But what are you personally bringing to? Wow, I heard that, pal. That's it. This place is always trying to act like somebody, something else. There's no integrity. And they get mad when you show real authenticity every time. If you're a real one, you can't be here. This is just a transitioning station. And I get it. So I guess in a way, maybe I'm saying to someone, you know what? I think I might be ready to pack my bags and go, okay? Talking to myself and yet not. But anyway, To the real artists out there, be careful. It's really, really real. Don't buy into this industry bullshit. They will get you killed. They will put that insurance on you. These contracts, you don't want these big label contracts. But you know what? If you do, go for it. But it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Billie Holiday, John Coltrane, Nina Simone, Marvin Gaye, Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Amy Winehouse. Man, some of these poets who claim they're kings, why you act a whole bunch like queens? Jealous queens of that. What part of a man should I be impressed with? What am I talking that's not true? Why do you feel I must submit to you? Why does a queen with some balls, because the man should have had the balls, but no, you too busy acting like a bitch wanting somebody to submit to your tricks, and yet you have the nerve, because I'm speaking some real shit. You got a problem with me when I helped raise your motherfucking ass to be the best that you can be, and you are mad because your inefficiency and you being ineffective in your application has put the blame on me for your salvation. You sorry, low down, ain't do nothing shit motherfucker. You supposed to rise up if you want to be my lover, not make me go down to you. How dare you try to put me in the ground? I'll see you go there first. I didn't mean that. But I guess I did, because I said it. So that's when that energy comes out of me, when I feel that way, and you bring that upon me. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to just let you come and force yourself on me with some dumb shit? You think because I'm just by myself that, and that's it. So thank you. Because I know this whole thing with the choppers and the planes and the aerial aerobics around my house has been more than a flex. Protection is correction. Correction is protection while we work it out. But so anyway, but yeah, I really need to I need to feel better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to. That means if I don't ever see any of you again, it's okay. I'm not trying to bring beef. I'm just saying go on about your way. But always know it's a different day. Brothers ain't supporting brothers. Sisters ain't supporting sisters. The culture's all jacked up because you got the wrong people trying to talk about what the culture is and isn't, and it's all about capitalism. It's all about money. They don't care about the culture. They don't care about your kids. They don't care about women. They don't care about men. They don't care about nothing but money. 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 They will trick and kill for money. Trick and kill. Trick and kill. Trick and kill. And the right ones, the good ones, they're taking out. So what do you think we should do about it? Just asking for a friend. If they're taking out the good ones, what should we do about it? Just asking for a friend. Pray and give it to God. To the left, to the left. Miss me with all that. You frauds. You frauds. I hope you go down first, and I hope it hurts. Meant it. You deceived a whole nation. You deserve no salvation. I hope you feel hell in every bit of your aggravation. And you will, because that's karma. But you mad because I cursed you? No, you curse yourself. Don't curse yourself. Don't be around people. Be prepared. I'm prepared. In case somebody breaks in, I'm prepared. Like I said before.
I don't want to be in that position that I have to, like, I'll be going like, I kill that motherfucker. I did, because I told you, there's no trespassing. Trespassers will be brought. All of that. You break in this house and you're not supposed to be. The cops and everybody, cops, military, and guns, plus they all know me for a reason. I don't know none of these motherfuckers. On real talk, real talk. I don't know any of them, and they don't know me. So at least I'm being honest. I'm a friend to you if you'll be a friend to me, but be careful of the people you hang around. Now more than ever, and especially if you're in the industry, you want to be independent because they're making a game off of death. Death is trending, beef is trending, and it's all an election year. It's all for views. It's all for ratings. And I rate it 0. Be your own hero and your own shero. That's it. Leaving you with this one line, like I said. They're trying to take the good ones out. And I'm talking to my military crew too. Because it's really up to us. The military and the military brass. They don't have a clue what's coming. We do. So what are we going to do? Think